Coming
I,
to you live from the telephone, baby. Don't we love a good Spectrum outage?
Ah,
dude, I was without internet for. You guys remember that when I came back from Greece? I was, and it started when we were in Greece. So, but we were without internet for like 30 days plus. It was crazy. It
mhm.
was
I
nuts.
don't know how people operate that. How did like you had the office, but how the fuck would people like live a normal day to
Well,
day without internet? Takes us back to the
some
Stone
people.
Ages.
So it was like a big issue because some people they were like they had finance jobs and they worked for big companies, and I guess they have to be hardwired in and like actually like in Ethernet because of security purposes and whatnot. So that was a big issue for a lot of people because they had to bounce around or go different places, and they weren't always allowed to go to like Starbucks and different places like that because of the internet connection not being secure or maybe not being able to get into Ethernet. So yeah, it was a problem for a lot of people. I don't know how they did it. We're really fortunate because we had the office really close, but I even told
Yeah.
about people. I was like, look, if you need to, like some people that I do know that live here, because we live in a high rise, so we don't have like the capability of just calling an internet company and saying, hey, can you switch our internet? It's everyone has all one internet connection or not. And then we had to get another internet company, and they had to lay Ethernet or they had to lay fiber optics, and that was taking so long. So the fiber optics like laid in the ground was the issue, but the real issue, the root of the issue, was that the company that we had was Giga Monster, and I believe they went bankrupt, and then that caused like a chain of events that then led to us to not have internet for a period of time. So yeah, it was crazy. That sucked.
So for your situation, basically, you don't deal directly with the internet company. You have to rely on the building, whoever they decide to go with,
Yeah,
and on whatever timeline, it's really out of your hands or really any tenant's hands in your building.
yeah, and you can't switch. It's one internet for
Damn.
everyone, and that's it. So you
Do you
can't
get
say,
the ability to like upgrade your internet? Like you know how they have like the different like megabits and gigs and that kind of stuff. You just get whatever's provided to like the wire provides to your place.
I believe
Like
the other company you were able to do an upgrade, but no, everyone gets like 100 megahertz per second or something like that,
That's crazy.
megabytes per second, whatever it is. So no,
hmm,
you don't. But now
that's
it's
not
even
even a
more.
lot.
No, now it's even more weird though because before, like I had a router in my house, and then I was able to then add that layer of whatever like protection, right? You have your own router, which means that you have your own internet access, your own Wi-Fi connection network, and login and password. But now it's all off of one, which is even worse. So I don't know why or how, but I feel like that's definitely not secure. But yeah,
Interesting.
no.
Listen, good for Hertz getting into the internet game, right? You said megahertz. Look at Hertz expanding their network. No? Boo. Q ties boos.
Okay,
Fine.
look. Only one of us is allowed to make these kinds of jokes.
Hmm.
It ain't you. It ain't you. Pretty soon
They don't hit.
Kenny will get a dad joke card because he's gonna be a dad, but
Fair, fair.
until then, the bender does not continue for you, Ryan.
Oh, man.
Oh gosh. Would we consider internet companies as like a subscription-based
Mm.
model, even though it's utility?
Well, funny you say that because I was going to make a comment about the router that Kenny was talking about. Um,
Okay.
Although I would agree with you. I think it is a subscription based model. I mean, it's unfortunately I think it's also under the category of utility. So you pay for it monthly. But I still think it falls under the subscription model, which is I think where all these software companies got it. But the routers, you're renting that. And so I guess that's another way to put it. Is it renting? Is it subscription? Blah blah blah. But you don't
Yeah.
get to own those routers
You could you
or
could buy a
modems or
router.
whatever. You
So I bought
can,
mine.
you can. But it was funny because my dad had a router for I think it was Comcast or Xfinity or whatever. He
Hmm.
had them for goodness, probably 6, 7, maybe 10 years. Same router, like never got upgraded on the router. And they came in and they were like, yeah, we're going to have to take your router, put a new router in, and it's going to cost you this much now. He's like, wait, what? Why can't I just use this one? Do I not own this? he was freaking out. He was so pissed. So then I told him, like, you can actually just buy your own router. So I had him buy this Linksys system that I use. It's mesh Wi-Fi. It's really, really good.
I had the Linksys and Nighthawk. Linksys is really good. Those are really good routers. And
Google and Linksys have the best, I think, mesh Wi-Fi routers right now.
Isn't it like $15 a month or something like that if you rent the router from the company?
It's built into your bill.
Yeah. So
like if you go to the breakdown,
I mean, 1 year pays for it. Yeah, 1 year. I mean,
but you still pay for it indefinitely. It's so annoying. So, like, yes, if you're going to play the long game, you're going to keep them forever. Might as well just get your own damn router. That's probably going to be better than theirs anyways.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
You know what else is stupid? It's a crappy business model. Charging your loyal customers a higher rate than someone who hasn't been with you. Oh, your bill just went up. It's been a year. For no reason. We're not changing your service. Your bill is going to go up. But here's this ad in the mail or on TV or whatever for a nice new customer rate. Hey, can I get that rate as well? I've been with you for a year, 2 years, 3 years. No, fuck you. Okay. Thanks a lot, at Spectrum. All internet companies, but really at Spectrum. I mean, I know you guys have had that conversation, dealt with that situation in one time or another.
Well, I have like something that you made me think of in regards to that. When we were going through all of this internet stuff, we went to T-Mobile in order to get, you can get like those, like their hotspots. They sit at your home basically, but it's like a hotspot that's like built off of like their satellite system. It's a really great price, but they needed to do a hard credit pull in order to buy something for like $400. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do a hard credit pull for $400 worth of shit. That makes a lot of sense. Like, what?
They should at least do a soft credit pull because that's just fucked up. That hurts your credit.
Yeah, like it was like maybe $400 or $500 worth of stuff. I'm like, I literally will pay you double to not do the hard credit pull.
Yeah,
like it does not make sense. That's worse than anything. So it was crazy. So I obviously did not get it because I didn't want to pull on my credit for a fucking remote Wi-Fi for 2 weeks. Like, no thanks. But the way that the world is now, TV is streaming, audio is streaming. Your phone goes off of a wireless connection, which helps. But I mean, internet is basically the king of the household.
Johnny, you're in this space. Come to its defense. Come on.
I mean, there's no really defending it. We asked for it. Everyone wanted to cut the cord. This is where we found ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you can't buy stuff outright anymore. You just can't. The last time I remember I had to buy a Microsoft like Office was before we went to college. And that was like 2012-ish time. And that's where you got like the CD and you downloaded it onto your freaking computer. Like that doesn't happen anymore. And I think the reason why they came out with this model is kind of twofold, unfortunately. I get it. It's just really annoying, but software upgrades, they're more frequent now. And I think the other reason why is security. So they're continuously updating security. And so in order for you to get the latest stuff, I mean, look at your cell phone, right? How many times Apple comes out with a new iOS and then it's iOS, what are we on now? 17 right now or 16, whatever. Then it's like 16.1. Then it's 16.11. Then it's 16 dot. It's just the dots keep going. And eventually there's a 2. Then there's a 3. And then people are apprehensive to downloading the fucking updates, Brian.
That's right. Because then your phone doesn't work as well after the software updates because it's probably an older version. Unless you have the most up-to-date version, then your shit starts to slow down.
I do recall, and I don't know if you guys ever had this. There's a couple of companies that when they decided to make a shift, I think this was probably more like the app-based side. when they decided to shift from the one-time fee to a subscription model, that you got grandfathered in, you could keep it because you already bought it,
Who did
and
that?
still get. I got that through a golf app, and so I have like a higher layer than just like the free version of this golf app that I use because I got grandfathered in. Now they have a higher premium subscription. I think it's like 3 tiers now, which I hate the tiered approach to this. Like it's like, okay, if I'm gonna have to pay for a subscription, just give me the fucking product. Like I get it, maybe from a business standpoint, like you have enterprise level. That's like, you've got 1,000 employees plus. Like I get that because you get technically discounts on a per user basis. But if it's just fucking me, man, like why don't I get all the features from my payment? And then where does a pay scale come from? Like I don't understand how they're doing market analysis for these pay scales.
I do think that happens with like softwares that are coming out that are like pushing out of beta, right? They're coming out to enter the force, and then they're kind of asking that one-time fee in the initial stages of launch, and then once they pick up steam, then they start to roll out monthly subscriptions and things like that. Once they see viability in the marketplace, and then I have had that happen where I had a one-time fee for a software that now they do charge a monthly fee, and they usually grandfather you in. So, but I mean, that's just like I think that they're just trying to basically bring in funds to be able to support the company's finances. To
Oh,
then, I think that's the whole
I
reason
get
for
it.
it.
I get it.
But
I just don't know how
that's
Microsoft did it for so long without a subscription base. I mean, I guess it made their freaking revenue triple X. I
well,
don't know.
how they do it is they just keep coming out with something different, right? Windows 98, Windows 99, Windows Vista, and like they just keep entering something new. So instead of a software update that's cloud based, I think they basically just launch a new version.
Yeah,
And
and then you have to buy the new version, but you're buying it outright. So they continue to innovate.
yeah, it's just I think if you really look at it, I think cloud based stuff kind of changed that because now they can enter an update or patch something without having a hard update through like a disk. They could literally just do a software update through a connection, which is interesting. Which happens with my car. My car, the other day, like 2 weeks ago, um, my car updated and like randomly I was backing into a spot and I get this alert now that asks me like I can click a button and it'll park itself. Didn't happen. Like before the update wasn't there. Now it's there. Now my car can park itself.
Anyone
Like
else drive a car that can update? Because my good old Honda does not have a self update option. John, I know the Kia, baby. The Kia's got an update option, doesn't
Not this Kia, no.
it?
The new ones for sure. That Telluride thing's high
yeah, those
powered.
Tellurides are
My
nice.
Tacoma, in order to update like the software, it's really just for I think the radio or whatever. I have to use a thumb drive. Like I have to download something on my computer and
Oh
plug in a
shit.
thumb drive into my
Interesting.
because I was looking into it because Apple CarPlay for
It's
some
so
reason just
funny.
hadn't been working in a
That's right.
aftermarket radio that I put in,
Mm.
and I was looking into the software upgrades, and there was a recent software upgrade for my vehicle, but I'm actually surprised. Kenny, you drive a BMW.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. I think they got a lot of flack for this, and maybe they pulled back on this, but they required a subscription now for basic features like heated seats.
Yeah, so
Did that ever?
I have heated seats. That has not hit me. I did
Hmm.
think that I got screwed on the remote start originally because the remote start feature was one as well. See, these are
Yep.
upgrades too, though. Like, um, so when you buy your car, you have these upgraded features like remote start and heated seats and heated steering wheel. And I had those in the car when I bought it, but then it got updated one day and I just wasn't able to remote start my car. So for like a month I was like, oh, I'm screwed. Like I guess, but what it did is it defaulted it back to settings, and then like I brought it there and I was like, listen, like it doesn't remote start anymore. And they just went into settings and like turned it on or some shit. So I don't think that they actually rolled out those features fully where you had to be remote because um
You mean the subscription model on the features?
yeah, yeah. Now I think it's just still an upgraded feature, like that one-time fee that you build into the car when you purchase. Because I had not seen that roll out.
Well, that's I think the reason why people were so pissed off is because I bought the car with the upgraded feature. It has the functionality in the car. Now you're telling me I have to pay an extra, say, $8. I can't remember what it was for just the remote start, or like a package of just basic features that already came with my car. Like you never get to own the fucking product.
However, I did have an Acura. And in order to access it through, like, you know how you could turn on lock your car or turn on your car from your phone?
Mm-hmm.
I did have to pay a subscription for that. Like $150 a year. I was like, yeah, that was something that they made you pay. It was like, I forget what it was, how much exactly, but to do that, which, if you're up north, that's an important thing. Like, if it's freezing outside, you want to turn on your car and let it warm up a little bit before you get in. So that's why actually we had that. Patty and I did pay for that because getting in a freezing cold car sucks.
That's right. Those heated seats in the cold tundra climate of West Palm Beach, Florida.
Well,
Definitely
now it's not the case.
a needed upgrade for you, Ken, for sure.
This was when we were in New Jersey. We got that feature. But like I said, it's like 20 out, freezing. Ice on your windshield, you want it to warm up a little bit. Or else you're going to be sitting in there before you can even drive, and that sucks.
So I was at a recent conference, and one of the questions that they posed us, they kind of put you in different bands. It's kind of an interesting exercise to really kind of see where society and people are today. And the question that he posed was, how many financial apps do you have on your phone that you have to use? Right. And since we're talking about subscriptions, I kind of want to rephrase the question and just pose it to you guys. How many subscriptions do you guys think you guys have for certain things? And honestly, I could probably start with just video streaming. How many subscriptions do you guys think you have?
Less than 10.
You think less than 10?
I do, but I also think I'll have the least out of all of us.
See, it's like I don't even know how many Patty has.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's one. Don't forget about that stuff too.
No, I was including that.
You have a Peloton?
That's not.
I do. My wife.
Your household.
No, now you're changing the question.
Yeah.
Household?
Listen, no, I'm not changing the question. It's supposed. Okay, now we're getting into the era of freaking marriage. It's supposed to be your paychecks together.
Ryan does not have many, applications streaming on, but as a household, I got to start recalculating.
I'm pretty sure your Apple Watch told me that you got a Peloton workout in, so let's just say you've got it, buddy.
I mean, just on the original proposed question of like a finance app, I mean, shoot, definitely have a couple of banking apps between.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And the funny thing is the average usage on the app was 3 seconds for each one of them. Because what's a person doing? Oh, how much money do I got here?
Yeah.
You're looking and you're leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It was just an interesting concept, and it kind of got me thinking with like all these subscriptions, because like I was trying to think about it. It's hard to manage is when you have all these subscriptions, right? Yes, Johnny made the comment about, okay, we wanted to cut the cord. And so it's like, now I got to remember, oh shit, how many fucking subscriptions do I have? Like, what's my monthly fucking budget on subscriptions alone? And I think they started coming out with services now where you can like go into them and then it'll tell you all the subscriptions that you have, which is kind of interesting how it even does that. I guess maybe it's based off of credit card information. I don't know.
I think you give access to your account, and then what I think it does is it reads the frequency of like when you get charged, it always says the same thing, right? Like whatever that is. What's that called?
Mm-hmm.
Like a title or a description or whatever that piece of
transaction description. We'll call it that.
Yeah. So whatever that is, it reads the frequency of those, and I think it just then builds a report based off of the frequency of those.
Or, people could just check their credit card statements and see what they're being charged for
Yeah, that's
monthly
right. But
on.
that takes
No,
But
that
that
takes more
sounds
than
like too much
13 seconds.
effort.
It takes more than 13 seconds.
Some people have a lot of charges going through their card. They might be spending a lot of money and then they don't even know they have a subscription. Because guess who
that
that happened
incredible.
to?
You.
Lori Lagama. We found out that she had a subscription to something that she's like, oh shit, I didn't even know. And I think it was like it was Dylan's old Xbox Live subscription, and she was paying it for years because it comes through Microsoft. So she was probably just thinking, oh, it's my Microsoft Office subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had one that was linked to the business forever. Listen to this guy's name. It was like $30 every quarter, and we couldn't get it off because I did not know how to I didn't know how to cancel it. His name was Hand Fan the Internet Man. Swear to God.
What?
Swear to God.
That's funny.
It was like some internet thing that I bought I have no idea how long ago, and then it just kept whacking my card. So yeah, every quarter though was weird.
Have you noticed not only these subscription models where you have to pay for the product that you're wanting, but also email subscriptions or text subscriptions to these companies or whatever, that shit is just fucking everywhere. And you're like, well, I don't remember signing up for these fucking daily emails that I keep getting from fucking Stitch Fix or whatever the fuck thing it is that I was looking at randomly.
It can be annoying for sure. I will say the text message side, that has saved me sometimes to where I completely forgot I've had a subscription and it just kept going to my junk mail. So
I hate that.
Good point.
But then again, it is annoying when you get a XYWZ text from some random thing. You just think it's spam. So it's kind of hit or miss.
Exactly. But. Or you buy something, and now granted, you're buying it for a one-time fee, but every time you go to check out, it's, do you want to subscribe to email notifications about products and blah, 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 or newsletters? And you always make sure to not check it. Guess what happens the next day?
Yeah.
Fucking email from that company. Yeah. I think by purchasing, they might have something in their terms and conditions that you actually still sign up for these newsletters regardless. They just give you an option to click it, but I don't even know why it's there because it never pans out for me. Ever. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys have.
I have even unsubscribed from those emails after the fact, and then still continue to get emails after going through that process. And it's frustrating because then, like you said, if it doesn't go to your junk email, now you just got all these useless emails just kind of filling up.
Yep, makes it harder to find the actual email that you need to be seeing because it just there's too much noise in your fucking inbox.
Yeah, it's definitely the complexity of trying to cancel a subscription or just even I don't know. Have you guys ever had any subscription where there was an actual cancellation fee? From a subscription.
You have?
I don't know. I was just curious.
What was it for, Kenny?
Let me think. I had that. It was a problem for something. I forget what it was. Let me think.
While you're thinking, This kind of reminds me of the Friends episode when Chandler wanted to quit his gym. And so he couldn't because every time he went in there, they kept talking him into practically more stuff. And then Ross is like, no, we got this. We're going to go take care of it. And then all of a sudden Ross is signed up for the gym.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same concept. It's they never allow you to actually unsubscribe. I have one subscription. It's for a workout where, and this happens, in other areas too, but if you sign up on the web, it's Steve Cooks. If you sign up on the web, you can only manage your subscription through the web platform, I guess from their URL and all that stuff. So even though they have an app where you can also manage your account, you can't manage your subscription through the app because you signed up on the internet, on the web. And so and then the web base makes it so fucking hard to unsubscribe that I have to call them every time and be like, hey, I just wanted to do the challenge that you guys set up for an 8-week cycle. And I'm good. or like I fucking hurt myself. I can't use your fucking app anymore. I don't want to pay for it while I'm hurt. Like, let me fucking recover and then I'll come back. Whatever excuse, I always feel like I have to come up with an excuse just to fucking unsubscribe. Like, it's like, no, motherfucker, I just don't want to pay you anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I know what it was. This actually pissed me off. There was a product. Yeah, no, this pissed me off.
Segue.
This shit. Now I'm mad. This shit. This shit was like a Hootsuite product. Are you guys familiar with Hootsuite? It wasn't Hootsuite, but it was a product that they created. I forget the exact name of it. It was a product that they created that worked on like the ad side. It just did not work like expected, and it just did not do what we really needed. And we used it for a period of time, and we got hit with a annual renewal, and it auto charged the annual renewal. And when it did that, I said like we don't need this product. Like this is, and it was an like 12-month fee. Like it was a lot, and they were basically like, no, like eat dirt. No, that was it. And I like we don't do refunds, and I was like, well, okay, great. I have a year worth of your fucking product that I don't want because the use case just isn't viable for our needs, and they didn't. That was it. So yeah, that did happen. That happens. I would say that happens more frequently with business applications. I think we had that happen,
Yes.
and there was a CRM also that we had that happen with. We wanted to get out for like I think a month or two, and a month or two early, and then I think we had to eat the fee as well. But there's just some things. Business moves fast. Business changes, models change, use cases change, needs change, and as that all happens, programs become either far more important or far less important. And yeah, that really sucks sometimes. So I don't know, from a business perspective, you have to make those decisions sometimes if you're willing to eat the fee for your team in order to move on to something that's more viable and it's help you move forward. So yeah, I just ate the fee. That sucked, but I had no choice. It just
It
didn't
makes sense though,
benefit
because
us.
it's a contract. It's now like an annual contract instead of month to month, basically. So that's how they got you. That's how they can. It's almost a get out clause. That
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
makes
we
sense on
have
the
that at
model,
work
but
too.
yeah,
If you
Yeah,
if you try to exit or I guess you're breaking the contract early, it's no different
right.
than like if you're renting from a house, like if you want to break the lease.
yeah, but I think the kicker in that one was like we did that for a year and then it auto recharged the year. That's where like
Yeah.
sucked.
So if you do auto renewals, so that's actually a big thing that our company does is like we do not like to sign up for auto renewals, and we will try everything in our power not to have an auto renewal in our contract.
Makes
They don't
sense.
like that because, like you said, technology changes so frequently that we might want to shift to a different provider, and so we don't want to be stuck in an auto renewal, pay the fee that ends up hitting us, and then we're stuck with that service for a year, even though we're going to be transitioning to another service. It's throwing out money essentially. Which I get it. I get the concept, but sometimes when you set up auto renewals or for like say you do a 3-year contract rather than a 2-year versus a 1-year, then like prices go down. So like there's some areas in there where you have to kind of make that decision. Okay, is it worth the price tag or the price reduction to sign on for longer? Am I committed to this software? Blah, blah, blah. But that is from the business perspective.
Yeah, of course. No, and those are difficult decisions, obviously, for businesses. But yeah, so that was my non-refundable fee that I had to eat.
Cancellation fee.
Well, it's always interesting, no matter more than half the time, any place or any product or service that you do a subscription and it costs money. 9 times out of 10, there's always an annual fee that's cheaper than a month to month. So like when these subscription companies actually offer a month to month basis, that's actually the same price as maybe an annual. Like I have so much more respect for those people because the thing is like there's subscription fatigue where it's like you're going to subscribe for something because you want to try it out and it's not something you want to lock in for a year. But oddly enough, I just went through this with Hims where the price per month was the same if I would have did it for the year, which I appreciated. But on the flip side, I was like, damn, why isn't my shipment coming anymore? And it's because I only locked it in for 6 months. but it was the same price, which was really cool. So that just got me thinking. This was actually yesterday. I noticed that. I was like, why the hell is my shipment not coming in? And it's because it expired because I got it 6 months ago. But it was very seamless. All I had to do was click it. But to the point of like text messages, if I maybe would have got a text message from Hims, or if I maybe clicked that box, I would have known it would have been coming from a cancellation or a factor of like it finishing the 6 months. But I don't know.
Do you like the text message subscription? It sounds like you're a fan of it, Johnny, because you said it saved you in a couple of areas.
So I'll be honest, I don't really try to subscribe to many things. Like,
well, neither do I.
Like,
it just happened.
I mean,
so Bossy and Salusi.
My mentality is, if I'm going to subscribe to it, I'm going to want to really utilize whatever that subscription is. And knowing me, I'll try something for a month or two and I won't like it. So if it doesn't catch me after a month or two of just using it, then I'm not going to subscribe or continuously use whatever that product or service is. Now, again, it just depends. And it's like half the time with the iPhone, you can silence all the messages anyway. So it doesn't really bother me as much as it would. And just with my job, I get a lot of calls and a lot of random stuff anyway, message-wise. So I don't know. So, long story short, I'm not a fan, but I am kind of a fan.
I don't know if it's a universal thing for the text messages, but when you want to unsubscribe from them, I think you just have to like do all caps stop. Yeah. I've done that occasionally. What?
I don't think it's case sensitive.
Dude, I just go off of if you when you get the text and it says if you want to subscribe, do yes or yes or whatever, and it's always in all caps. So I don't know if it is or it isn't. I always just did it that way because I could see why it would be all caps because I could probably type stop in a sentence, and it could pick that up. But if it was all caps, why would I be saying stop in all caps unless I'm yelling?
I'll tell you what, just hearing that, I think the text message, like stopping a subscription via text message, has a much higher successful rate than like we talked about with emails, where you are subscribed, but you'll keep getting it because I can't recall, at least off the top of my head, where you cancel something, you have the text trail, and then you continue to get messages off that. So I'd be interested just on the success rate of like canceling via text versus via email.
I get nervous sometimes when I want to do the email because I'm like software security and all that stuff that we have to do like classes at work. It's like think before you click is the biggest thing. And like if you don't like hover over the link, which you can't do on a phone, like you don't know if the link behind that unsubscribe button at the very bottom of the fucking email, which is always the hardest thing to fucking find, and they sometimes use different words than unsubscribe. Fucking just crooks. They're just crooks. I always get nervous that I'm gonna get like some kind of phishing going on there, and that's not with an F. That's with a PH.
Phone, James, you're worried about phishing.
You know what really gets me every time?
Well, I mean, laptop too.
I don't know if this is just like a subscription base. It obviously falls in the subscription category, but it also branches off elsewhere. The free trials. When you think you're getting a free trial and you go through all this, and then it tries to get your information every time, and I'm just like, oh.
Yep.
It wasn't roll you right into from the free trial right into the subscription.
Yep. That's a trap. It's a trap. I have to put a notification on my fucking phone to tell me to cancel. I've got 2 cancellations I have to do. One's for let me look what the fucking subscription. I got to cancel my Amazon Prime. Because I just signed it up. So yeah, I every now and then I'll sign up for Amazon Prime. I use my mom's. It's free.
Lord.
Yeah. Because she's got all those subscriptions. You got to piggyback. Sorry, Mom. I know you're listening to this right now. Thanks for all the subscriptions. But no, sometimes I'll subscribe if I don't want them to see that I'm buying them something. And so I get a free trial for 30 days. So I think I did that for like Valentine's Days. I bought a bunch of stuff.
Didn't they fix that? I thought they fixed that problem though, where you could like piggyback off of an Amazon subscription where they couldn't see like a family plan.
Well, if
Or you
Amazon's listening right now, please do not remove my Amazon Prime subscription from my mother. They did that with Netflix, which we can get into that. But my other one was Uber One. I signed up for Uber One to get some deals for like a month, and so now I got to cancel that at the end.
I thought you did that by accident one time too. Like,
No.
you said you were leaving.
I don't think it was Uber. It was something else.
There
No,
was something
it was
with
Uber. It was Uber. I did. It was like a thing that they had going on for a while, and then they charged me, and I got pissed.
They got your ass.
It got me.
Like,
it got me.
It's so much cheaper to get home on a Saturday night at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, flip. That definitely reads clearly to me. Oh shit, I missed the fine print. Wonder why. Boom.
Yeah. That fucked me. It was like 50% off rides for like a certain period of time, and then all of a sudden I got screwed over.
Well, they're smart though because they know your car already linked, and they get you. And then,
It's so stupid.
you know, it's funny because we're talking about individuals who are pretty technology savvy in a way, right? But like, I feel genuinely bad for like older people that don't have much of an idea of how technology works. Like, and we're getting to a point where like these people just aren't going to be able to really adapt to society at some point if they're not learning like what an iPhone is capable of. Like the code thing at the restaurants, perfect example. I saw a family the other day at a restaurant. They didn't have a smartphone, so they can't scan the code to like get their menu.
Wow.
And
those QR codes.
Just something that little, but. And then some of the restaurants, you actually got to sign in to use the QR code. I'm like, what?
That's annoying.
If you make me sign in and use your code, I'll be pissed.
Some technology, like I think they think it's a good idea, but then in actual use case, like it just doesn't work well. We have QR codes. They put QR codes up on a presentation at these fucking conferences, and then all of a sudden, like I can't get the QR code on a laptop. So like if I'm looking at the fucking presentation slides after the fact, how the fuck do I get to this access to this link? It's not even on the freaking slideshow. I have to pull my phone out on my own computer just to do the QR code to then send that link to my email so that way I can save the link later on my computer for work.
Unbelievable.
It's so stupid. So dumb.
Yeah, there's particular use cases that it benefits you though. Let me ask you this. Is there any subscription that you like and that you don't have a problem paying for that you would like that's at the top of your charts?
James is going to say this.
AG1.
I just paused it because I can't drink them fast enough. It just paused. And I don't do AG1.
I actually had that problem with AG1 too. I had to skip a month.
Yeah, I just had to do it
It's
because
crazy.
I have a whole thing in there that I haven't even opened yet, and I still have to finish the one before that.
It's usually the opposite. They usually don't send you it like the fact that you're not finishing it. It's a good thing. They're actually giving you a decent amount, right? Getting a better bang for your buck.
Well, I don't drink them every day. That's the problem. So, if I drank them every day, I'd probably keep up with it. But
health-related things, you're cool paying the subscription model for the health-related things.
Oh, I never said I was cool with it. I hate that I have $40 coming out of my fucking account every fucking month. That's why I had to pause it because I got screwed over. I was like, oh shit, I got $40 coming out of my account. I don't even need this stuff right now.
So Ryan, you're not even willing to pay for like the health related things.
Here goes back to the question. Does my household pay for it? Yes, my wife is now on it. But me, I don't need the green stuff. I'm good enough.
I bet you Ryan's highest praised subscription has got to be around like sports, like ESPN or something. Like,
I was gonna say Amazon. I mean, dude, you can Amazon. You cannot. It's in. I'm just waiting when they just jack up the prices, and we're also gonna pay it because like no one can touch it. It continues to amaze me. Their business model.
Yeah, everyone just pays it.
I don't know. I kind of put it in subcategories, right? Like one thing that I think is maybe reasonable to like pay a subscription is like some type of like R&D or like learning development, right? Health and wellness is a good one. Obviously like if you want to watch something these days, you have to pay for at least one streaming platform unless you have cable. So I don't know. I think there's a bunch.
Yeah, I'd probably have to say it's going to be one of the streaming services. Like I do enjoy having Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, all that crap. It's nice when they bundle it.
1 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those are 2 subscriptions technically because we bundled. It's Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, music. You got music too.
My mom pays
music's
for
a big one.
You guys want to blast me? I know you guys probably give me flack for this every now and then when I bring it up, but I use Pandora still. We've subscribed to like a family.
So does Kenny. Kenny loves Pandora.
Oh, you use Pandora?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I used to, but now I use Spotify.
Yeah, I don't like Spotify. I don't know.
Spotify goes better with the car. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
Off of Apple
Pandora is
Play.
fine for the car. Yeah, Apple.
Well,
Play
here's a
works fine.
perfect example of me being.
Like
silly.
he was
I-
actually.
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry,
John.
go ahead, John.
No, I pay for Apple and Spotify like an idiot.
Wow.
Oh,
I actually just got new AirPods, and it came with 6 months of free Apple Music,
Oh, right.
and then obviously after that, I get screwed over because then I'm paying $10 a month for that, so I don't sign up for it. I get it.
Why'd you get
It's
new
a
AirPods,
marketing
man?
ploy. Well, okay, F off. They were already broken, and you can only fix one AirPod at a time, or I guess in general, Apple will do it for free, or I give you like it's a really small fee. They won't do both though, which is kind of annoying. I've heard mixed reviews on like where if you just send them in, they'll just give you a new set kind of deal. But they were going bad, and then I ended up just to commit to the fact that I needed to buy new iPods, and I left my charging case on the fucking plane. So someone else has my AirPod charging case. It's got a gray silicone like case around it. It's it's probably in better hands now. The
If
left
you got
one doesn't
that
charge
back-
very well.
That would be crazy.
There's no chance. There's no chance. There would have to be someone that actually knows me, because then they'd have to know where my house is, unless they're looking.
One
for shit
thing I
up
was
on-
gonna say on the
Orange County.
Spotify Pandora thing is like when you go out of country, what blows my mind is Pandora does not work out of country. Like
Yeah.
how? Yeah, go to like Mexico or go to Greece or somewhere and try to run Pandora. Won't
You know
allow
what?
you.
I think I might remember that from when I went to Australia.
Like
but you can do
I
like
don't
the
know if they have to
downloaded
pay-
version. You can
Yeah, I
you can
don't-
download 3 stations.
oh yeah, I can do that off anything though. I can also get my fucking iPod from 2002 and do that too. I don't want to do that.
Fuck.
But
You
isn't
think
that
internet's
just blows
everywhere,
my-
right?
That just blows my mind. No, because Spotify works everywhere. That's why I transitioned to Spotify, because I can listen to it anywhere, and it
Yeah.
didn't give me that weird error, which was like mind blowing. Like if I'm paying for a subscription, I better be able to use that bitch everywhere.
I'm old school. I got like 2,000 songs stored on my phone right now.
Love that. Big fan of
They're
that.
all good stuff that I still listen to through Pandora. So
You look at how you can look at like the memory usage of like how much space things are taking up. James has like 18 megabytes of music.
megabytes. Try fucking like
Gigabytes.
6 to 10 gigabytes. No
Whatever.
hertz. No hertz.
No hertz.
Your comments fucking hurts.
Now that's a good joke right there. Well done.
There you go. There you
That
go.
was a good one.
Fuck. What I wanted to bring back. So the free trial stuff. The other thing that gets you to with the subscriptions is like, have you noticed now that if you sign up for your email subscription, you get a 10% off. But if you do text message also, you get an extra 5% off. Does anyone ever do that just to get the product that you wanted to buy and then try to unsubscribe? Because
No.
that's a new thing
Nope.
that I've been doing. It's like, I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. Like 20% off, 15% off is like better than no percent off. So let me just sign up for it right now, and then I'll just cancel all the emails. But then, like you said, Ryan, it just makes it so hard to cancel. So it's almost like, why the fuck did I do this?
There's your Uber model coming back into play. Let me get the deal, discounted rate. No,
That was a young James, all right.
it's
Young
not
James
that
didn't know
James
what the
is just
fuck was
doing
going
it in
on.
a different manner. You're getting the 10% off for the email. and
I'm
10%
trying to
off
be
for the check.
fiscally responsible, Ryan. Oh God, subscriptions
I wanna-
fucking suck.
I want to circle it back to at the beginning of the call. We talked about how, James, you brought up you can't own anything anymore, and it's just
Yeah.
interesting how you're seeing that in the subscription,
I'm going
with
to
the
start
subscription
subscribing to a
model.
mortgage.
But it's just you're seeing that everywhere now across different industries as well. It's pushing away from ownership, and everything is more subscription based, a rental based. Thoughts on that? Just interesting that because this has come up in a lot of our different conversations on air and off the air, just about things moving in that direction.
Let me ask you this though. I'm gonna maybe nitpick that comment. What do you actually own? What have
My
you owned?
car,
You own your car?
my car, and my house.
Okay. You own your house too. Okay.
Here we go. But
It
Not
depends
free and clear.
depends how you look at it. Unless your house is completely paid off,
paid off.
there's a unique way to
Because
look
you got
at
a
how
loan.
you got a loan.
Yeah, because
True.
you're paying that interest.
You're
True.
paying some type of interest, which is kind of similar to some type of subscription in a way, from like a standpoint of like you're paying something. It's not like you just outright own it, but it's curious. Like as we live in this digital era, in this digital world, I think our just mindset has changed drastically from like there is not much that we own or that we own flat out, but I don't know, not much has changed.
I do miss, and I brought this up earlier, the Microsoft situation where being able to just buy the product and being able to use it. Because yes, they do upgrade, but they don't upgrade every fucking month, 6 months, or even year. They'll upgrade. I think the last one they did was 2019, maybe, or 2021. So the frequency of the Microsoft one, like I would prefer to be able to just own that outright. And then after a while, when they have some feature in Excel that I really fucking want, then yeah, I'll subscribe. But then you also have storage. Storage is a big one where subscriptions come into play. I mean, even we're talking about getting fucking higher storage just for our fucking podcast stuff so we can save files. But like, yeah, OneDrive comes with Microsoft 365, and that alone is, its own fucking gambit, because then you're going to have a million different hard drives. Like, I get it. Like, I can buy storage for the one-time fee, but it is nice to be able to access on the cloud, on my phone, something that I was working on my laptop, and I'm miles away from my laptop and still have the same access to that file because I don't have the actual hard drive with me.
Well, it's
I
funny.
guess it comes with comfort.
So
I don't know.
The good thing about like a Mac is like I don't pay any running fees for a Mac. Any subscription
For the cloud. For cloud, yeah, you pay for terabyte, and then you can get more and more and more on the cloud.
Yeah, but there's on the hard drive. I think I might have upgraded the hard drive, and like I feel like I don't pay anything. I don't pay any running fees for my Mac as of now. I've had it for years.
It's if you want to store it online. If you're hard storage on your laptop, then no, you get your own.
Although I think there was for Final Cut Pro, which is the video editor, I think Final Cut Pro could have been a subscription, but when I purchased, I had them download it like when they were building in the software, I guess, and I paid a flat rate for that. So that's it.
I don't think Final Cut does that anymore. It used to be $400. I was looking into it for a long time.
Is it subscription based now?
I think they might be, them and Adobe, because Adobe Premiere and all that stuff for video editing, they do now subscription based model. So I think Final Cut might be the same. The only one that's not is DaVinci, but DaVinci actually gives you a free platform that you can do a shit ton of stuff on.
Yeah,
like you really do not need the paid subscription unless you're literally editing a fucking movie, or do this for a living.
Yeah, that was one thing. Because as we're sitting here talking, I'm trying to come up with a product or an industry that doesn't have a subscription-based model. And I started to go, I was like, oh, well, clothes. Like, clothes doesn't. That's fucking false. Clothes does, because there's a lot of those, like, you could, I think even Amazon, you can like pay a fee and then they send you clothes and you can try them on and then you can send them back and it's like you wear them for a short period of time. There's a lot of those models. It's not just Amazon, but Amazon's in that game. And there's a lot of it.
Isn't Stitch Fix also a subscription? And so you subscribe the fee for monthly for them to curate the clothes, but then you have to pay for the clothes that you like.
If you keep it.
So they're making money off of the subscription. If you don't like it, you're still sending them fucking money.
It's basically a personal.
You can buy
shopping
nothing out of that fucking box. But yeah, it's like having a personal, whatever you call those people,
shopper. Or
tailor.
whatever.
What about?
But is there
How about
anything?
this, Johnny? I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. We've got all the streaming service. We've talked about that. Is there anything that you've ever noticed in my house that we still have that people probably don't fucking use anymore? Right next to the TVs. If you can think of my house, something that you can physically own related to streaming services.
Like a DVD player?
Yes. We have DVDs. We still buy DVDs. When I could probably
Still
still
buy
watch
them.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because having them is one thing, but still buying them is a completely different.
Lydia and I still buy. You know what another thing is we started buying and we went old school. I don't know if it's maybe I don't know where I'm going with that. But one of the next things that we buy, we talked about music subscriptions. We just got a record player. We buy records.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back.
Record players are.
I don't know if it's like a nostalgia thing or whatever, but those are physical things that we own, and I think there's it's different. Like we were literally listening to Foreigner last night, and I was like, holy shit, these are all great songs. There's only 10 songs on this fucking disc.
I know, and then you got to flip the
10
disc,
songs,
and it's like,
but we love it because the analog sounds so much better than what comes through these fucking AirPods with the digital recordings.
come on.
Dude, I'm telling you, the analog sounds great. The voice, you can hear everything. It's so
dude.
different.
They're great.
So different.
No.
I don't know.
Why, Ryan? Please make a
Because
dad joke. Does it hurt?
It's not no. Just sitting there. You're listening live in person with the analog versus Kenny talking about through the AirPods. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've got the giant speakers. I can throw shit on there, but
my Brea gets like her parents get her a vinyl every year just as a gift for Christmas. So it's pretty cool just to hear different songs that I personally think they sound better. I don't know why.
I do too. But. And we picked this up from my cousin Gabby. She goes to a vinyl record shop in South Carolina, and she just looks at the dollar vinyls and just picks random shit. She has no idea who this band is, and then finds out that she likes them, or finds out she doesn't. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So like now Lydia, it's like I don't know. She loves it now. So she went to the Winter Park one this past weekend and got a couple of vinyls for I think it was like 3 for $10, and it was like Aerosmith, Foreigner, like these huge records that people were like, "Holy shit! How the hell did you get it for that cheap?"
Yeah,
we bought I think it was a 3-pack of Smashing Pumpkins for Gabby and for Christmas, and it was $100. So they're not cheap records. Most of them are like $20, but you can get some cool deals. I don't know. It's like it's fun to go to the shop and look and find like something. Like it's almost the search is part of the fun, and then like you remember where you got it or how you found it, and it's like, oh, this record's crazy, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's cool to actually go to a brick and mortar and actually look at something sometimes. But these days, it's either you're scrolling, you're either doing this on the screen, or you're using a controller. Anyway.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, I think in every facet there's subscriptions, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. I think they're going to continue to get more involved and more in depth, and they'll revolutionize subscriptions at some point to a new form of subscriptions where you pay like by the minute or some shit, which is what we talked about recently in a different episode with video gaming. So, I mean, they're going to charge in different formats for subscription base to break up the fees to make it sound like it's not as expensive, but it'll be more expensive.
100%. Damn it, Ken's giving them ideas. Shut up.
Just fucking take my money. $6 here, $10. The fucking Peloton just increased their damn subscription. They changed it from $13, and I know I don't have the bike. So if you have the bike, it's $45 or whatever the hell it is. But they changed it now that you can get all the strength shit, but you only get 3 cardios a month. Fucking Peloton it's built upon cardio. And I can't do a fucking bike for more than 3 times in a month, and I have to double my fucking subscription for it now. I hate
Just get
the
the
layer
bike. The bike is awesome.
Morgan,
it's fun.
We're canceling the Peloton, Morgan. It's done. Get rid of it.
How are you going to beat me in your in this fitness competition here, Ryan?
We're gonna have to go another way. We can't be 3 rides. We gotta get out.
No. You guys
pay
have a
for
different
premium.
subscription than me. You pay
That's
for
fine. We'll still
Peloton Premium.
cancel it. Come on, I'm making.
Yeah, now you got this.
saving
Here's
money.
the problem, Ryan. Now you got this 150-pound bike that's going to sit in your house that you can't use because you didn't pay the subscription. So you just got a bike with a TV screen mounted to it.
Listen, it's already a great clothes hanger. All right, it's serving its purpose as every garage gym equipment after years of service. You start hanging clothes on it, it's fine. We'll find a way to repurpose
It's
it.
all good. I'm gonna have to increase my subscription anyways because someone gave me a really cool rower, and now they have rowing stuff on Peloton, so I get to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Did you
All
miss
right,
that, Kenny?
no, I heard you. I gave you my headphones died, so
Yeah.
I'm changes into my audio. But I
All
did
good.
give James my rower that I've used twice. Actually, I use the rower at the gym. It's actually Patty's rower. It's not my rower.
It's a massa rower.
It's a master rower. I've used it multiple times, but I use the one at the gym.
I get
But
massa gains off of it.
rowing is tough.
I
It's
knew that was
underrated.
coming. That comment was coming. God damn it.
What did you say?
I get massa gains off of it, like massive.
Print the shirts, massive gains.
There you go.
Cool. Well, I still want to end with you trying to figure out a product or service that doesn't have a subscription based.
Got it.
What do you got?
Rings, jewelry,
Jewelry?
like a wedding ring, engagement ring.
But if you don't pay it off in full, then you're
That's
still
not a
paying.
subscription, though.
That's what you said for me with the car and the house, though. Same model.
No, you asked, what do you own?
Fine. I mean, yeah.
I own this coffee
Buy it
mug.
outright.
If that's what we're talking about.
Like
Right.
old school, there's probably companies out there now, but appliances. The only reason why is because our washer machine. But
Just went, yeah.
you get it fixed. They try to hook you up on a deal, or God forbid it breaks
Nope.
again. They'll bring you out there quicker.
Warranty, and then you can also go the extra mile and buy it through Best Buy, and then you have to have a Geek Squad subscription if you want to get it fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
Dude, they layer that shit in there. There's no more brick and mortar out there really that
Bullshit.
can just do the physical hard product and not layer in some sort of subscription. They're also stupid if they don't, because everyone else is fucking doing it. Like, people have obviously accepted it because they can't live without these fucking services.
Yeah,
And that's part of the problem. There's no strike. Because everyone else wants it.
Jewelry might be a good one because I don't know.
You have to own it because you can actually get jewelry insured. So I think anything that you can get insured, like your house, your car, jewelry, those things will never be subscription because you have to hard own that stuff in some degree. I mean, yes, I know a mortgage, it's owned by someone else. If you don't make your payments, then they can take your fucking house. But
I'm sure there are companies that there's definitely probably like companies where there are subscription based.
Actually, no. I was gonna say celebrities, don't they rent jewelry sometimes? But they probably get given the jewelry so that they could model it basically as an influencer.
I've seen that, yeah.
But at least you have the option out, flat out, have jewelry without a subscription, unless you want to rent it out.
All right,
Renting out jewelry just doesn't make much sense to me.
Well,
I don't know.
That goes into the whole, let me show you what I have when I really don't have it. Stupid.
I mean, pretty soon, hard products like our freaking clothing we're never going to own them. That's how it's going to go. That's just where it's headed.
But we already addressed
we
it. That's
will.
already moving. That's already going that way. Same thing with food, right? Like food. I mean, there's rental models for that too, like Uber Eats and things of that nature. So it's like portions of that industry are moving into fee-based things already.
It's so fucking frustrating.
Even if you don't rent food physically, you're renting the process of acquiring the food, or
Yes.
things like that.
They're monetizing everything.
All right. Any last minute thoughts on subscriptions? Ryan,
They
what are we
fucking
gonna
suck.
Fuck them.
cancel them all?
Cancel.
Unsubscribe.
But not to us. Subscribe to us. Don't unsubscribe. We're not a subscription.
Hey, you're not paying for our shit, but oh wait, if you don't have YouTube Premium, you have to watch stuff with ads.
Well, guys,
All right, we're gonna go figure out something that you could subscribe and we'll monetize it.
I guess we need to scratch that idea.
All right. Well, until then.
Bender continues.
continues.